How do we think? It is one of the most fundamental questions in neuroscience. With a complex network K consisting of a staggering 100 billion nerve cells, the brain is the most complex organ in the human body. So far we have explored how brain works to help us remember things, take action, feel and experience everything around us. We seemed far from a conclusive answer. Jacob L. Spellman from the Max Planck Institute for Human Cognitive and Brain Sciences in Leipzig, Germany, in collaboration with Nobel Prize laureate Edvard Moser from the Kavli Institute for Systems Neuroscience in Trondheim, Norway and Peter Gardenfors from Lund University in Sweden, offer a new proposal on humans think using their brain's navigation system. Published in the journal Science, on the 9th of November 2018. The navigation system and its involvement in the thinking process had never been studied before. When we navigate our environment, two important cell types are active in our brain. Place cells in the hippocampus and grid cells in the neighboring entorhinal cortex form a circuit that allows orientation and navigation. The team of scientists suggests that our inner navigation system does much more. This system is also key to thinking, explaining why our knowledge seems to be organized in a spatial fashion. The brain stores information about our surroundings in the so-called cognitive spaces. This concerns not only geographical data, but also relationships between objects and experience. The term cognitive spaces refers to mental maps in which we arrange our experience. Everything that we encounter, whether a person or an object, has physical properties, and can therefore be arranged along different dimensions. If one thinks about cars, he can arrange them based on their engine power and weight, for example, racing cars with strong engines and low weights as well as caravans with weak engines and high weight, as well as all combinations in between. We can think about our family and friends in a similar way, on the basis of their height, humor, or income, coding them as tall or short, humorous or humorless, or more or less wealthy. Depending on the dimensions of interest, individuals might be stored mentally closer together or further away. The theory of human thinking begins with the Nobel Prize-winning discoveries of place and grid cells. Both cell types show patterns of activity representing the individual's position in space, represented by a unique pattern of activity. The activity of place and grid cells allows the formation of a mental map of the surroundings, which is stored and reactivated during later visits. The very regular activation pattern of grid cells is seen, not only during navigation through geographical spaces, also when learning new concepts. A specific combination of bodily features came to be represented by a symbol. Interestingly, the entorhinal cortex was activated, in much the same way as it is during navigation, providing a coordinate system for our thoughts. By connecting all these, the team came to an assumption that the brain stores a mental map, regardless of whether one is thinking about a real space or the space between dimensions of thoughts. These processes are especially useful for making inferences about new objects or situations, even if we have never experienced them. Using existing maps of cognitive spaces, humans can compare how similar something new is to something they already know by putting it in relation to existing dimensions. We can generalize to novel situations, which we constantly face, and infer how we should behave. Thank you.